We'll have to draw our lucky prizes winners after the fight. We can't do it now. Ladies and gentlemen, could you be please upstanding, please, for a solemn moment and also for our national anthem. Could I have absolute quiet, please, before the vivacious Danielle Matthews from Murrumbina, 17 years young, sings the Australian national anthem, and we pay tribute to New Zealand as well. Could I have absolute quiet, please, because in the last week, Adrian Charter informed me of the death of one of the greatest, arguably the greatest TV ringside fighter of a generation, who passed away in the last 10 days. Could I have absolute quiet, please, at Fort Knox? Ladies and gentlemen, on arriving here tonight, Adrian Charter, one of our legendary boxing men, informed me of the death of TV ringside's most charismatic fighter, the late Keith Edward Huma-Hangar. Huma-Hangar was from New Zealand, but in recent years had lived in Melbourne, Victoria. He lived in Northcote and then Epping. He was 56 years young, and the late chairman of the Professional Boxing and Combat Sports Board, Ron Casey, believed Huma-Hangar was the most charismatic and electric fighter to fight on the TV ringside program. He fought Tony Mundine twice, one win to Mahunga, one win to Mundine. 45 fights, he fought for the Commonwealth Middleweight Championship. I'd call on Damien Memory to pay tribute to the late Keith Edward Huma-Hangar, born of a Scottish mother and a Maori father, one of the great Australasian TV ringside champions. Thank you, Damien. May God rest Huma-Hangar's soul. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Daniela Matthews, be upstanding for the national anthem. Thank you, Daniela.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strength, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Matthews. Ladies and gentlemen, Fighters Factory Promotions, a boxing feast in the East. Here we go. Let's get it on for our main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing in the junior middleweight division. When the bell tells you, man in charge of the action, world accredited Malcolm Bulner. Judges Anika Williams, Ignatius Miscellatus, and Gus Mercurio. Your ringside physician, Dr. John Jury. Calling the action on Sky Boxing, Jim Boland, John Miles, and B.A. Butler. Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Lee saying, boxing is my business, and business is good. On the site where legends are made, Fort Knox, Ferntree, Gully, Victoria, Australia. Let's get ready to rumble! Here we go, 10 rounds of boxing. On my left, occupying the red corner, he turned 38 recently. He comes from Auckland, New Zealand, as a triple champion of New Zealand, a welterweight, junior middleweight, and middleweight. 16 years in professional boxing, scaling 69.60 kilograms in a return match against Julian Holland. They met on Queensland's Southport in 1998. His campaign reads 35 fights, 17 wins, 17 losses, 1 no contest, 12 big wins coming by way of knockout. With Nashud Ali, Prince Rashid Ali in the corner, wearing black trunks with white piping. He's fought some big guns in Australia. Shannon Taylor, Nada Hamdan, former world champion Craig Trotter. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome the Macho Man, Alberto MaChong. MaChong. And across the ring, ladies and gentlemen, born in Bendigo, a Carlton footy fan, spent 6 years on Queensland's Gold Coast. Now back in the heartland of boxing, Blackburn, Victoria, with Murray Thomson Fighters Factory. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 championships. 1992 amateur champion in Australia. He is the former Australian welterweight, OBA welterweight, and Australasian welterweight. On August 17 at Sydney's Randwick Racecourse, he blew away the Bulleye Blaster. Ladies and gentlemen, scaling 69.80 kilograms, a friend of many in the racing industry, ranked by the WBA number 11, IBF number 7, and in the WBC number 8 contender, Sugar Shane Mosley. 30 fights, 27 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 16 big wins coming by way of knockout. Never talk about the fighting farrier. It's the Persian punch, the glamour with the hammer, Julian Holland. Malcolm Bulner. 10 rounds of boxing.
Okay, gentlemen, welcome to center ring. Let's have a good, clean fight. Best of luck to both fighters. Shake hands, come on fighting at the bell. Good luck.
Well, Brian Butler, great welterweight contest here at Fort Knox. Can you set the scene for us for this great welterweight championship fight?
Well, Julian Holland needs no introduction here. We all saw him blast out Shannon Taylor in the 7th round. Alberto MaChong is a puncher. They fought a war in '98 with Julian stopping him in the 10th round. MaChong, I interviewed him yesterday, or the day before yesterday. I asked him if he believed he can beat Julian. He says that's why he's here. Thinks he can KO Julian early. He really believes in himself.
Okay,
and,
Brian, sorry, Brian. But
he's hoping this will lead to a Commonwealth title shot, he said.
Well, Julian Holland's aiming for more than that, Jimmy Boland, our other co-commentator at ringside. Jimmy Boland, I think Julian Holland's aiming for Sugar Shane Mosley, and if Don King meets up with Murray Thomson, his mentor, that could be on next year. But Julian Holland is, you can't take this fella. This is $1 million fight for Julian Holland, because if MaChong rolls him here, Forget the world title fight.
He's out of the picture, as Brian said. He needs no introduction.
Beautiful left grip.
A win over MaChong here tonight will certainly top of a fantastic year for the fighting farrier Julian Holland. And yeah, he's got his sights set on bigger things, no doubt there. And Shane Mosley's not out of the question.
Well, Shane Mosley will be a great fight for Julian Holland. But let's get back to the job in hand here. 10 3-minute rounds. International welterweight contest. The welterweight champion of Australia, Julian Holland, and as we heard before from Hartley, rated number 7 in the WBC. That's enough for me to get a crack. And Alberto MaChong, he's no slouch. He's a very tough fighter. Let's take up the action here in round 1. Friendly pat of the gloves there. Ooh, good steadying right hand there for Julian Holland. Started a bit friskier than he normally does. Oh, good left hook there. That was a solid left hook to the jaw from Julian Holland on MaChong. As tough as they come as MaChong, and he comes bouncing back with 2 big body shots. Bombs to the body.
At 38, he certainly must know his way around the ring.
He won't need any indications. Pushing Holland back into his own corner. Julian Holland, the fighting farrier from Victoria here. Is this one fight away from the world title shot with Sugar Shane Mosley, the great WBC champion. That's what he's fighting for here, not just tonight.
Well, I think his next step will be to defend his Commonwealth title after this. Not to discard it. Looking for greater things. I believe Julian wants to defend that a couple of times and move up steadily in against better opposition.
Good shot there by MaChong. Both fighters landed to each other's chin there. And MaChong's chasing Holland down the ring here. Big shots. This is a big fight, Jimmy Boland.
A big opening round by both.
Big shots here from Holland. One to the chin, one to the rib. And a great finish to the end of that first round.
I think the bell might have saved MaChong then.
Yes, and he drops back to the corner. Jimmy, what's Alberto MaChong's corner going to tell him now?
Oh, hands up. He looks very groggy up in the corner there. You see Julian Holland starting out the blocks like a greyhound there. Really got the job in hand. He's looking for an early night, I think, Julian.
He certainly is. And Ryan, how did you score that, Ryan? It was very hard to score it because they didn't open up until the last minute.
No, I scored at a 10-9 round to Julian. He landed some nice body shots. He was landing 2 to 3. MaChong was landing the 1s. He did wear a nice left hook off MaChong, but came back with some big punches there, and I think Jimmy was right. I think the bell probably saved him.
Now here we've got this international welterweight contest. Alberto MaChong from New Zealand against Julian Holland, the Australian welterweight champion and rated high up in the world. Now this is a great contest, and this is a contest of big hitters.
Still looks very groggy up there, Shoggy.
He does. But Julian Holland, I don't know, but I mean, he just seems, every fight he seems to come on another yard. I mean, you often hear the old cliche, he's coming on leaps and bounds after every fight, but I mean, Julian Holland, every fight he just gets more polish. Good jabs there from Holland. MaChong, cagey customer, ever cagey. He's been in with the best. He's been in the best that we've ever had, and all over the world, really.
It certainly was a step in the right direction coming back down to Melbourne for Julian Holland and linking up with Murray Thomson, the Fighters Factory.
Certainly was, and they've been a perfect combination for each other. MaChong, I think MaChong was very hurt there. We didn't get a chance to see how hurt it was because of the bell, but Holland taking the fight to him now, and uncharacteristically, Holland has started quite sharp. He's not a slow starter.
Yeah.
But I think he knows there's bigger things in front of him. There's a Commonwealth title fight, as Brian Butler said, and there's also that world title fight just hanging up there.
That's always at the end of the...
It's a big left hook.
End of the rainbow there, but agree with Brian and obviously Murray there. A couple of title defences of his Commonwealth title, and hopefully they'll be on his home turf.
But if that world title fight's on the table in December, they'll take that. Forget the Commonwealth. And Julian Holland taking the fight up to MaChong now, but you've just got to watch this MaChong. He can make life very difficult for people, and just when you think he's gone, he comes back with big bombs. But
a very awkward stance there.
He's like a crab, isn't he? A crab type fighter. Yeah. Oh, and he comes in again.
Well, he's awkward and dangerous.
And I don't think he knows how to get beat. I mean, he looks like he hasn't got a good record.
The thing is, with Julian to get a crack at the world title there, he just doesn't want to crack Shocker. He wants to win it.
Yeah, well, this is right.
And that's it.
Well, he's got the heart, and Shannon Taylor knows he's got the punch, as everybody knows. Julian Holland stopped Shannon Taylor in his last fight, and it looked like Shannon Taylor was well ahead, and all of a sudden Holland came back and said, this is my night, and then bang.
Perfectly timed right hand and put...
Whoa! So one.
And Jimmy Bolin said... As Jimmy Bolin said, a perfectly timed right hand, and it was delivered right on the spot.
Right on the button.
It's into the second round here, and he delivered that right cross as Jimmy Bolin was explaining the right... there's a little nip back for you. You hit me when I'm down, I'll hit you on the open up.
Yeah. I think Julian's going to make him pay for that.
Yeah, and it shows you how tough a professional he is. A lot of people
sorry, gentlemen, that right hand he bounced off MaChong's chin was exactly the same punch that finished Shannon Taylor.
That's right, and Jimmy Bolin was just explaining that word for word as it happened.
He threw another one out of the boondocks. But he's a great puncher, Julian. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, good punches there. Yeah. Well, they have a little friendly tap in the end there, but that was a tremendous round there for Julian Holland. Jimmy, it might be deja vu, but you were just saying there that, you know, it was a sweet right hand that caught Shannon Taylor. And just as you said it, a sweet right hand caught Albert MaChong and put him down.
Yeah, Julian let another one go right on the button, as I was saying there. He put MaChong down. He got up straight away, and with that he gave Julian a little bit of hurry up while Julian slipped on the floor too. But as Brian said, I think he's going to pay for it in the next couple of rounds.
Well, Brian, obviously we've got you for the scorecard, an unofficial scorer. How do you see the round?
10-8 round for Julian. You know, that was a knockdown. I would have called that a knockdown there.
Good clean knockdown.
And what a blasting punch, and just really showing some power. MaChong showing some guts.
And here we are. So he's 2 points behind after 2 rounds. Into the third round of this international welterweight contest between Australia's own Julian Holland, the welterweight champion of Australia, soon to be defending his Commonwealth title, and who knows, the world title against the wild and woolly and weary and willy Albert MaChong. And
very, very awkward.
This is going to be a colourful fight, but here's Julian Holland. He's coming up in stature here. MaChong's a strong fighter. He's made some of the best fighters around work for the payday.
MaChong certainly he's come to fight, Shogger.
He certainly has, and Julian Holland will accommodate him because he has got some, you know, he's just so accomplished now, Julian Holland. He's just looking like every bit a champion, and he's going up. But still a long way to go. And in the third round of 10, he will...
Gone again, this fella.
Oh, what a gutsy fighter.
Some great punches there, right in the chin by Julian Holland. Fast hands for a welterweight. How fast are they?
I can't see this fight going much further, Shogger and Brian.
No, I don't think it'll...
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I think MaChong's the sort of guy, if he goes out, he's going to go out in a big...
Yeah.
He's going to do the stretch.
Yeah. The thing is, if you're going to get me, you're going to have to get me hard.
Oh, beautiful body
punches.
shots by Holland.
And MaChong, every bit of a gutsy man, but Julian Holland, tradesman-like job on the...
Oh, double run here.
Malcolm Bull, the referee, breaks him up and gives Holland another good look at his opponent. MaChong comes back with a sweeping left hook and a right cross, bashes it into Julian Holland in the neutral corner. A couple of punches coming up there. Here we go. He comes in again. Albert MaChong, you can say one thing, he isn't going to give up. He's taken some tremendous shots tonight.
He's got a big heart, that's for sure. Certainly not in the class of Julian's last opponent, Shannon Taylor. He's got a heart as big as Texas, this place.
Oh, yeah. And he's making them work, and you need to work. If you're going to win world titles, you need to beat guys like MaChong.
Yeah.
I think Murray Thompson's looking for him to stop him before he gets tired. Make Julian do the work while MaChong's still strong. If he can strip him away, it's one step up again in class. If he struggles to put him away or labours it, it's going to slow down his process.
But he's looking every bit of champion tonight. Julian Holland.
Punches from MaChong.
That's a great shot there from MaChong in the red corner. That's his corner.
There's a clash of heads up there.
And Holland wants to just be careful. Don't rush it. There's plenty of time, and there's plenty to hit out there. For MaChong, very, very difficult as the bell goes for the end of the third round. And Jimmy Boland, there's a couple of good shots here, but MaChong actually come back with a couple of good shots, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a tough old warrior, this MaChong now. I know they met in 98, I think was it, Brian, and Julian pulled him up in round 10, but it's all action up there at the moment. He hasn't taken a backward step, MaChong. He's taken quite a few punches. He's come back on the Julian, but...
well, he's still got all his senses about him because he's given that ring card girl a good looking over. Brian Butler, how did you see the third round?
That's correct. I give that a 10-9 round for Julian Holland. I thought MaChong came back with some blistering punches there on the ropes just above us, and he's starting to tire a little bit. So let's hope that Julian can get his boxing together and pick him off a little bit more, I think, before he starts looking for the big shots to put him away, I think.
Well, there's one thing that a lot of fighters say: you cannot count a guy like Alberto MaChong out. While he's still got gloves and he's standing, he can still win.
Malcolm Bull and both addressing the fighters during the minutes break there. They're breaking away from the Queensbury rules there, but...
Yeah, but they were on the Mendoza's guidelines, yeah. A good shot there from MaChong. Holland, very composed, very controlled, lovely balance, on his toes. Good left hook, little shot right.
MaChong seems to jump right off his feet as he throws that left hook or left hook.
I guess he's thrown every bit of power he's got into it. As long as Julian just keeps boxing away, keeps his hands up, his chin low, and just aims for that good shot, the good night shot. The one that you spoke about so fondly, Jimmy, when he did do it.
Yeah.
Tapping on the back of the head there. Which is Malcolm Bull, breaks him up again, the referee tonight. We're in the fourth round of a 10 3-minute contest here. International welterweights, Alberto MaChong and Julian Holland. Holland with the glittering stripe down his trunks.
Double left hook, nice from Julian Holland.
Beautiful movements there, left to right.
The fighting farrier with a pale skin. Seems to be quite in control here. It's a quieter round than he's had before the fourth round. And the referee breaks him up again. Holland looking for a couple of good clean shots. Good shot to the body. MaChong curling up, keeping his hands high now. Not taking any chances. Moves to the body, on the top, over the top from MaChong. That was a wild left hook that was flushed right on Holland's chin. Now he'll command a bit of respect now, or will it sting him into action?
He's got a good chin, Julian Holland.
Yeah, well, this is good. I mean, he's been tested for everything here. Awkwardness and strength of punching, and you know, he's just getting testing him for every department.
I think Julian thinks MaChong's got 6 hands. He's all over the place. He's awkward, all right.
Certainly a crowd-style fighter. Julian, he did cop that big punch there.
I'd like to see Julian box him a bit more, as he did with Shannon Taylor.
Yeah. Well, he was boxing actually a little bit better in the first 2 rounds, Julian, but as I say, this guy is awkward, but let's not make excuses. If Julian Holland's going to become a world title contender, he's got to do what he's doing now. And let's pick the shots and place them. And Albert's just leaning against him there. Holland just looking underneath there, see if there's any openings. MaChong tapping away. Bullner breaks him up again. Oh, good left hook. What a left hook that was. Saw the opening and pang in he went. Over the top with the right. And he swings him round.
You're talking about Julian's jaw. He's obviously got an iron jaw there too, Brian.
Yep.
Alberto, yeah, he certainly has.
And a great round there. And a round 4, and as you say, both fighters have got their steel chins at the moment, and Alberto's he's having a real good go here, Brian.
He's having a go. I still give the points there to Julian. Boxed a lot cleaner, but you know, MaChong he's still in there with a puncher's chance. There's no doubt about that.
Well, it's up to Brian Butler. It's I mean, why did you score the 4th round, Brian?
I scored that a 10-9 round for Julian. I just think he laboured a little bit in that round. He'd like to have had MaChong out of there by now, I think. And I think he's just got to go back to the drawing board a little bit. I think he's got to go back to his sit behind his left jab for a while, start boxing, outbox this guy, move around him, and not stand there, you know, trying to slug it with him a bit. I think
Yeah,
Julian's got the power to put him away.
Yeah, the
He's
fourth
just
round
got to pick that shot.
The fourth round was a bit untidy, Brian, but, you know, it will be a tidy up now. We're in round 5, international welterweight contest. With the black shots coming from the blue corner, it's Julian Holland with the fairer skin and Alberto MaChong from New Zealand from the red corner. 5th round, 10 3-minute rounds, and we have Holland in front.
I'd say that's exactly what Murray Thomson said to him to do, is to start boxing him over around.
But Alberto MaChong, I mean, lots of people have tried. They've tried to upset him, but he's in here.
Too good that left hooks from Julian Holland, but MaChong tied him up straight away. He didn't like the power of Julian.
Julian Holland, I think he's waiting for a rip and a hook coming here. He's getting a look underneath the right hand of Alberto MaChong. Good solid right there from Julian Holland. Another one, not too hard. Scoring punches, scoring it well. Good uppercut, good over the top right. Alberto comes back with 2 big body shots, taking on the arms of Julian Holland. Referee Malcolm Buller breaks him up once again and has a little chat to Albert about hitting on the back, which I don't think is legal anymore. Julian Holland, little jab, swings with a hook, misses there. Holland jabs again, tries the uppercut, nobody home. Good body shot, went to his knee when he shot it. Albert MaChong's doing a hell of a lot of energy tapping on the back of Julian Holland's head. Keep that for front punching. Julian Holland in control here. Maybe the crowd will be looking for something a bit more exuberant from Julian. Maybe a hook, maybe a good right cross. Maybe let's see Albert on the deck.
After his great win over Shannon Taylor, I guess they've all come to see the fighting farrier deliver another one of those knockout punches.
Yeah, but he won't do it like that. So you've got to tighten yourself up and not get too exasperated. Every opponent has class. Have respect for everyone. There's no easy opponent in the boxing ring until the job's over.
That's right.
Julian Holland. Playing a cagey game here, but he's been against a cagey fighter. Albert hasn't thrown a lot of good punches lately. And Julian's, I think Julian should be actually trying to get him away from him, you know, push him away rather than pull him back in.
Yeah, it seems to be creating. Julian can't get his best shots away there.
He throws them better from shoulder level.
I'd like to see him start throwing that left uppercut off the jab. MaChong holds his hand wide, protecting either side of his chin.
And there's a space underneath there for the left.
That's correct, yeah.
Underneath the right hand of
there we go.
Here we go, bang, bang. Comes back with one himself. Sometimes you don't know if Albert's going down or he's staying up. Good body shot there from Holland. He wants more body shots. Sweeping right hand and missed there by Albert MaChong. Good left hook from Holland. And there the bell goes for the end of round 5. A bit of a, I mean, it wasn't a flashy round there for Julian Holland, Jimmy, was it? Jimmy Holland here?
No, not a flashy round at all. He's getting his good rips and hooks in there, trying to headhunt. But this MaChong, he's an old fox. He knows his way around him, that's for sure. And he's tying Julian up at every opportunity and making Julian's night not quite so easy.
Brian Butler, our unofficial scorer here. Brian,
I gave that a 10-9.
Much of the same here, isn't it, for you? It's an easy one to score for you tonight because, although we've seen some decisions there, let's hold our breath here. But you gave the 5th round. Any problems here?
Worries with this one, though.
Famous last words from Brian Butler, who used to work for us. Brian's ended the 5th round. You've got a 10-9. You've got him so far in front of you now. He's going to do a miracle to win, but it's been done before.
I think Julian, it's a bit of an anti-climax after a big win over Shannon Taylor. He's got to get back to
but he's running out of opponents. This is the thing.
Well, that's correct.
He's not taking the easy ones. He's taking anybody who'll come to fight him. Oh, good uppercut there from MaChong. And a hook.
And another hook.
Oh, a good right cross here from MaChong. And Julian's actually staggered a little bit there. I hope that hasn't hurt him.
Julian's hurt. Julian Holland looks hurt.
He does look hurt. He's holding on like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Julian's hurt here.
Yes, and Malcolm has a word to MaChong. I don't know why he didn't have the word, because he's... they're big punches. Boom. That's about 6 or 7 punches in the body there. talking about miracles before. Alberto MaChong has just clawed his way back into this fight with some tremendous body punching.
He's got a new zest for life.
He certainly has, and Julian will have to be on his toes, which he is now. But this is very unlike Julian. He's had a little bit of a lapse here, and Albert's he's taken full advantage of this, Jimmy, hasn't he?
He sure has. He stepped up the pace there. He knows he's hurt Julian there, and he's come in and
great body shot. He's digging that shot. He's digging it from everywhere.
I still think Julian.
Oh, yeah! Wow! He's definitely the man tonight.
There's a left hook right across there that, well, you wouldn't want to see that anywhere. And that really stopped the fight. A second round came there.
Well, that was a great round for Julian Holland.
Great punches there.
Staggered and obviously hurt there early in the round. He came back to.
I think Julian Holland's got a damaged rib.
Yeah.
I think he was hurt there, Brian Butler. I think he's got a busted rib. That's why he might have sat back a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got to take these fights when they come back. I mean, he's hour of need when everything was asked for. I mean, he had a busted rib, I suppose. It looks like it. When he was asked for something special, he came back with it and he delivered.
He certainly did, same as the Shannon Taylor fight. Yeah, Julian Holland's definitely got something special.
That's right, when questions were asked, Julian Holland was able to answer them. Alberto MaChong came back there. He came there in the 6th round and he was walloping Julian Holland from pillar to post. It looked about it, Julian Holland was hurt, but now we can see through the light here, we can see that maybe he was winning maybe a busted or a cracked rib. But when the questions were asked, and men has to be men, back came Julian Holland. Bang, 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 and down went Alberto MaChong, and not a lot of people have done that. And in the 6th round, it's a stoppage to the Australian welterweight champion, Julian Holland, here at Port Knox, the Fighters Factory.
A fantastic win for Julian. Seemed to have control on the fight all during the rounds, but he's obviously holding himself there. He has got a sore rib, as you mentioned, Shocker, but it came out of the blue. But Julian, like the fighting spirit he has, got his way back into the round and knocked MaChong out.
That's the champions. I mean, O'Brien, where does Julian Holland go from here, the Australian welterweight champion? What's the next move?
I think Julian probably have a little bit of a rest over Christmas time. Well deserved. He's been quite busy this year, and I think he'll be looking to defend his Commonwealth title, hopefully here at Knox in February next year. And what a fighter MaChong is. Julian caught him there because he was sitting back.
He was getting his way back in there. There was obviously something wrong with Julian Holland, Brian. I mean,
Julian was a little shell-shocked there, I think, from those big body punches and a couple of big hooks to the jaw we saw just above us here. But it was when MaChong was actually going for it.
Julian, the Persian punch, the glamour with the hammer, Holland. What a gracious sportsman, Alberto, the Macho Man MaChong. Julian, you met Alberto before, you knew he's a tough son of a gun. He punched hard at the body, he was a rough and tumble guy, hit you on the canvas. It was no easy night at the office.
Yeah, I knew that, Howard. Even last time I fought him, it was exactly the same fight. Stepping up to the light middleweight, you know, they hit a little bit harder. Alberto hits, you know, harder than most of them. Got me a good body shot. I had to sort of weather that one. I'd like to thank Alberto. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out here and supporting us. This is where it all starts. Promotions like this, and we can go on and take the world on. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Signature Spars, Body Ripped especially, Prestige Cranes. Thank you. I'd like to thank Emilio and Fast Form. They've helped me out everywhere all the time, especially at work when I sort of hide around the corners and I take a break. Thanks, boys. Susie Ashley Massage, Windy, come down from Queensland. They're the gloves we use. Thanks very much, mate. And thanks for everyone coming out.
Julian, Commonwealth champion, number 8 in the WBC, IBF, number 7, number 11 WBA. What's in the year 2002? What are you aiming for?
Well, basically, after the Shannon Taylor fight, I hurt my hand pretty bad, and I couldn't train. I was out of the gym for probably about 7 weeks. So I took this fight basically to get myself going back again, so I'm not getting stale. And I think it was a good fight to take. It was hard and tough. I'm going to be working right over Christmas now, and we're looking at putting a deal together to go to either England or America, have a few fight deal, and just take it as it comes and just keep stepping up and get better all the time. I've got to improve a lot, and I will.
Okay, how about 3 cheers for the Persian Punch, Julian Holland. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. And Julian and Murray, one final thing. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Julian's 5th big fight this year, and the good news is that Julian Holland has been voted as Victoria's Premier Fighter for the year 2001. And the other good news is that Murray Thomson has been voted Victoria's Premier Promoter of the Year. Congratulations, the big double, Murray Thomson, Julian Holland. On behalf of the Sky commentary team, B.A. Butler, John Miles, Jim Bolton, Howard Lee saying, protect yourself at all times, both physically and emotionally. Reach for the stars, may God bless. Peace on earth. Keep punching, hallelujah. We've got the power and the glory. Good night and keep punching. Good night. See you 2002.